every Cambodian or Cambodian American.
Mhm.
They love Cincy Samut.
Sense of sound.
Yeah, we
Legend.
like yeah, like he's basically, I mean, rap back in Cambodia like in the 2000s. It wasn't, it was kind of but I see the progressions. Like before, Vanda, he was doing all. You see, like the old generations, like like people in their mid 30s to 40s, they still like the old classic Cambodian music. Like how I grew up. I grew up listening to that when I was a kid because that's the golden era back in the 60s. Like they play really good music and it's a mix with all kinds of influence from Cuba to like French to Italian. Like it's how we adapt to because we're connected to the music as well. Like you go to the temple, they teach us how to be respectful to the monks. So that's also part of the culture as well.
Talking about music, you already said about 60s classic and stuff. Like, if I tell you to, some of your favorite artists that you used to listen to, or maybe you listen to from the oldies, who you mention?
I mean, like everyone says, as much like every Cambodian or Cambodian American,
Mhm.
they love Cincy Samut.
Sense of sound.
Yeah,
Legend.
like he's basically I could say describe him as the Tony Bennett of Cambodia or the Frank Sinatra of
Like the
Cambodia.
core.
Yes. Because the history about him, he started going to school. He wanted to go into the medical field, but all of a sudden, like he's attached to music. He loved music, so he started singing.
New generation, maybe you are listening to this music also nowadays. The music is going on in Cambodia. Like, what kind of music you are liking these days from Cambodia?
With their hip hop culture that is bringing in, I actually like it. What I see is like back then. I mean, rap back in Cambodia, like in the 2000s, it wasn't. It was kind of, but I see the progressions. Like, oh, okay, it's getting a lot better. But with before, Vanda, he was doing all other songs before he was popping out. So like he made really good music. Plus he can freestyle like very well. Like I was like in the beginning I was like this guy, he's gonna be
Somewhere.
he's gonna be somewhere.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden like 2, 3, 4, 5 years I'm like, oh snap.
Yeah, I mean it's like a revelation. I mean, the thing wasn't popping up that time back in 2000 or like early 2000. Just
Yeah.
after 2010 or 15, it's just boom, a revelation, and people are accepting the thing. That's what it is. Like,
The thing is with music, it's always changed every 5 to 10 years because you got kids of the new generation. They want newer things. They want
new
to
sound. Definitely.
explore a lot. Because since we live in a digital age now with social media, everyone is so connected. Like for me, if there just say there wasn't a YouTube, I wouldn't know much about Kun Khmer. I have to go search it on the internet, try to read it, go to different websites and try to figure it out. But with the technology going on with social media, all of us become one. We learn from each other. It's the same thing like in the past, like the trade with like how Europeans go to Asia and then they traded with locals with fruits and everything. Like for example, like tomatoes and potatoes and chilies.
Mhm.
Those are from like Central America. Those were brought by the Spanish and the Portuguese.
True.
They go to Southeast Asia. They brought everything and then they just plant everything, try to grow it, and then just ship it out.
True.
So they introduce vegetables.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
Bro, talking about Vannda, like I have done a lot of interviews in my channel, but none of my interviews has been done without when we talk about music, everybody mentioned about Vanda and his music these days. I think if you're listening to him, you know that he just dropped a new album which is called Skull 2. I mean, yesterday he dropped it.
Yes, I've heard about it.
Yeah, I mean, like, have you heard any of his songs from that album, or you liked
I have
anyone?
not yet because I'm planning to look through his album and see. See
That's a crazy album, bro. I personally recommend you to watch it. I mean, I was listening to some of the songs in Spotify.